Welcome. My name is Amanda. I live in Colorado, and during the 2020 year and all the ups and downs, I had a couple epiphanies. One of them being which that I want to play with makeup for the world and do videos for it. Now, for sponsors or anything like that, just because I'm a normal person and sometimes I like to feel pretty. And I know lots of people in the world that want to feel pretty too, but aren't really sure how to make that happen or don't know how to really play with makeup and have the effect that they're looking for. That certainly was me. And even though, I've been playing with makeup since I was a young teenager because my mom sold makeup for a long time, it still is not something that I was too skilled in until quite recently. I know the face. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. So while we are chatting and having some fun, I'm gonna go ahead and put some makeup on. Not too glammy or anything like that, just kind of gonna go through a quick prep. I have not done anything other than wash my face, and I do, before I wash my face, go through with my my oil-free makeup remover from Mary Kay. I love this stuff. It is my favorite. And I guess this one isn't oil-free. I lied. It is. It does indeed say oil-free. And I go through and I just do a quick once over and make sure I got all the makeup off. And then I'll go through and I'll take my stuff. I put it away. I'm not going to go get it. That's okay. I'll show you guys later. I get out my facial wash stuff with a rag and I just go through and clean my face real quick, make sure it's nice and prepped and ready to go. And then because I've washed and removed all the natural oils in my face, I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize. This is also Mary Kay. A lot of my stuff is Mary Kay. It's alright. Not everything. There are some things that, although I do love their products, and I have actually sold Mary Kay at one point in time in my life, and although they are good products, they are not everything is my favorite of them. And so there are definitely some things that I will still get from other places, and that is running low, so I need to make a note of that I need to get more moisturizer. There are other ones that I do like of the moisturizers. Neutrogena has a good moisturizer. Really, just any non-scented moisturizer is gonna be good. It's gonna give it that look that you need. All right, so now that I've done the moisturizer, the other thing that I do before I do just about anything else is I put on my lip balm. Now this stuff is a CBD hemp extract lip balm. I don't wear makeup every single day, but when I do put makeup on, I do put this on before I put on makeup every single time, and I never have to use it any other time. And so I've actually gifted this to people who also swear by it, and they will, when they need it, when they need another tube, or if they lose their tube, they'll come ask me to go get them another tube. Which, I just get this from a nice little place down in Manitou Springs. So, but yeah, so now that that's on, we're going to let it sit. We're going to let it sit there and do its thing while I do the rest of my prep. So today, because we're not really going to do like a super duper glammy look, which I say that now, that doesn't mean that's how it's going to end. But just because, I'm going to go ahead and pull my hair back, and I'll do something different with my hair towards the end here. It's just kind of having a boring day today, nothing too crazy. And this headband is adorable but abnormally large for my head. So this is my makeup only headband. I make sure all my strays are away. I pull it as far back as I can, and you can see, like, it's, I mean, my head's big, but it's not that big. But yeah, so anyway, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I've been using tape lately, not every time. It's not always the easiest to apply it, but when I do, I will stick to the tape just a couple times, just so that the tape doesn't stick to my face. I mean, I want it to stick. I want it to act kind of like a, like painter's tape, really. I mean, I just wanted to not let my stuff go past that, but I don't want it to peel off my skin. And there are times that I do, my my foundation and the rest of my stuff before I do my eyeshadow. And there's really no rhyme or reason, just kind of wherever you want the look to land. I don't always go down to the tape even, but, you know, when I need it, it's nice that it's there. And I did actually order, nice, they're even. Works for me. And I did actually order those things that go underneath your eye just to see if that, you know, makes a difference. Because some of it is the dropout, you know. Not a lot of my eyeshadows have that fallout issue, but the ones that do, another one where it sucks if I've already done my foundation and now I've got all that stuff on my cheeks and underneath. You get it. We've all been there. I buy drugstore eyeshadow all the time, and I didn't put any out. But the ones that I buy, I don't know why, but every time, without fail, the ones that I do are literally the worst experience I've ever had with an eyeshadow. Why? I don't know. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead. I'm very weird about my eye stuff. I don't do it in any particular order, but I also, unless I'm going for that full glam specific, I want these colors to be exactly like this, I don't use concealer on my eyes. I have, once again, Mary Kay. It's my Mary Kay eye makeup primer. I just put that on every once in a while if I'm like having an issue. Today, both eyes match. They're both as red as the other one. So, you know, on my eyelids, it's fine. But if I ever have a day where, you know, I slept wrong on my face, or, you know, something super crazy where the one doesn't look like the other, then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll put concealer on my eyes just to make sure that they match, because it is difficult to put on eyeshadow and make it match on eyes that don't start off matching. I mean, that's why we have foundation and concealer, right? To have our, you know, get rid of the lines and the wrinkles and the blemishes and the, you know, miscellaneous stuff. Like, I've got nieces and nephews. I've been scratched on the face many times. I've got dogs. I've been, you know, stuff happens. stuff you don't, you know, expect to happen, and then you got to plan for it, and then, yeah. And so I like to make sure that they match only when they need to. Like today, yeah, they don't look, they don't need it. But yeah, so that was my eye primer. I apologize, I am a little chatty today. So anyway, so that was my eye primer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab open my colors. And I do already have all my pens all lined up. Already have all of my brushes set and ready to go. I have not picked my colors yet, but I know roughly, basically what I'm going to do. And so let me go ahead and grab these here. And I did order some new palettes. I'm so excited for them. They should be here in a couple days, 2-3 days, something like that. So later on this week, My sister and I will actually be playing with some makeup, and she's gonna test out my new makeup palettes with me, so that'll be fun. It'll be an exciting experience. Yay! But yeah, so today I'm gonna go ahead and break out, and actually, because I have not done them yet, I'm gonna go ahead and just shape my eyebrows a little bit. They're kind of having a good day. I kind of got them a little set from earlier till now, if you couldn't tell. Kind of plucked them a little bit, gave them back their own lives. But yeah, so most people will use like an eyebrow pencil. I usually will use an eyebrow pencil. This is my Hard Candy Marilyn Monroe eyebrow pencil in a color it doesn't tell me. It's like a brown. I mean, my hair is usually red, and I thought this would be pretty close. The formula itself is alright. I'll use it sometimes on my brows, but if I'm not going for like an extreme look, then it's fine. However, on the other end is a nice eyebrow brush, that little guy, and I do use him frequently. Sometimes even when I'm not using makeup, I'll still break out this bad boy just to make sure that my eyebrows are tame. Because, and those that knew me back in high school will attest to this, I have giant fluffy caterpillar eyebrows that are not your friend. They're not your friend. And so, and a unibrow, like I get hair all the way here, and that's fine, you know, that's the way I was made, that's the way things are, but it's not my favorite look on my face. So really when I do my eyebrows, it's more of just shading them in. I don't have to draw in my eyebrows. It's not really a lot of effort. And there will be plenty of times where I won't do anything else on my face, but I'll make sure my eyebrows are done. I don't know why, it just bugs me, but so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, instead of using my eyebrow pencil, which is handy, I do use it, it's just I don't use it, it's not my everyday. I use this bad boy. This is Wizardry and Witchcraft. It's the Storybook Connect eyeshadow palette. I am a Harry Potter freak. I love Harry Potter. My husband and I got married last year. And the year before that, on the day we were getting married, because I'm cheesy like that, I'm a giant cheese ball. The year before that, we had our engagement party and it was Harry Potter. I just love Harry Potter, everything. But yeah, so we're going to break open this. Oh, and I do have, because I know people are going to ask, I did also get, because my friends are awesome and I love them, I did also get the brushes that are the wand brushes. Not all of them. I don't have the super, you know, the full pack, which is fine. I have a whole bunch of brushes and another new set on the way. I may or may not have ordered some stuff to prep for Friday, because, you know, I'm recording one video today. I need to have new stuff by Friday, right? No, I really don't usually do that, but, you know, it's just, a lot of my eyeshadow palettes have had a lot of love. They're getting there. And, you know, I love color. I'm a very colorful person. I mean, today I'm in a lot of blue, but usually I'm a very colorful person. But anyway, I apologize. Back to this. So, this guy, like I said, a lot of love. But I use this on my eyes. So the colors, we got some fun colors here. We've got like broomstick, and here's Forever, and Salem. Salem is one of my favorite colors here. And then we've got, it says Bewitched. Now this little guy, you can't really tell because he's gone now, but he was kind of like a gold. I don't know if you can see. me just see here. Oh, kinda, you can kinda see. So that little guy is my favorite color in this. He is way gone. So is Prophecy. And Prophecy was just kind of a white. This was my this is my go-to base color for all of my eyeshadow looks for a long time. Bewitched was like a really nice cream color. It was perfect as like a set color for, you know, for the whole lid. And then Bewitched is this really pretty shimmery gold color that, you know, it works for any look. Yeah, a simple look or a night out or a date night, anything. And then this one is Charms, and this one is kind of a like a lighter beige type of color, like one step darker than the Bewitched. And I would wear these three colors together all the time, if you can't tell. But anyway, so yeah. So the color that I will be using today is Broomstick. Broomstick is the color that I use on my eyebrows. And it sounds like it's a little dark, but remember, I just shade in. I don't have to draw them in. So it's just really kind of making them have their own personality. So yeah, so I just kind of shade it in a little bit here and just make them defined, make them have a heart. And some of these phrases, some of this stuff I'm saying, definitely not makeup artist, you know, terms. I just kind of go with what my heart says. That's kind of how I do everything. If my heart says do it, I do it. So yeah, go ahead and let me just finish this up real quick. All right, so now the eyebrows are done, and like I said, as you can see, I didn't draw them on or anything. I just lightly shaded them in. They're not 100%. That's fine. They both get all the love in the world, so I love them equally. It's just, to be fair, this guy has a mind of his own. Like, half the time, I don't know what he's doing. He's not doing what the rest of it is doing. So I just kind of let him do his own thing. If it's not what we're doing, oh well, at least he's having fun. But really though. Okay, sorry. I'm a little ridiculous. I like to have fun. I like to goof around. It's whatever. Alright. So my eyebrows are done. Now let's get back to the eyebrow, or the lids, you know, these things. Okay, so let's see here. So for today, I don't think I'm going anywhere, so I probably won't have to change out of my outfit that I'm currently in. So let's go ahead and do some blues and some grays. We'll just be all blue. Blue is the theme of the day. I definitely wouldn't dress all in one color all the time. I lie. I would. But you know, this is just for us. This is just an us look. And I mean, with COVID 2020 and all that stuff, why not have fun? Why does everything have to be so serious? Yeah, so let's have some fun. First thing I'm gonna do is grab my starting color here. Now this is my Makeup Revolution palette. It's Makeup Revolution London, and it is the chilled palette. And definitely one of my favorites. I use it a lot. It also has a lot of love. You can you can see which ones have a lot of love. There are a couple in here that I've only used a handful of times. Oh, I don't think I've ever used this one. Now, it is based around the marijuana plant. Some of these names, you know, if you're younger, it's definitely going to be parent discretion type thing. I mean, it's just makeup. There's nothing funny in it. I love the colors. These are some of my favorite colors. So when I found this, I didn't care what it was called because look at those colors. I'm just saying, oh, okay, hold on though. Like that color, just look at that color. It's so pretty. And like, if you just it's just so pretty. It's just such a pretty color. I just love it. It's like it's like a almost like a mermaidy color, I guess. I was thinking fluorescent, but it doesn't glow. Well, you see, it's pretty. It's nice and shimmery. But yeah, and then this is called Hybrid, and it is a silver glitter. And it is kind of chunky, and you know, some of the reviews online are towards the chunkiness of some of these colors. So Hybrid, Goddess, and Bud are chunky glitters, which, I mean, even this little guy, like, he's so handsome. Look at that color though. It's such a pretty color. See, I'm totally in love with this palette. I don't even care that there's pot leaves on it. I just love the colors. But yeah, so and then Acapulco and Calm and then Haze, as well as Exhale, are all kind of like they're shimmery, not a glittery. Whereas as the Bud, oh, and Candyland, Bud, Goddess, and Hybrid those are chunky glitters. But Candyland, so we got Acapulco, Calm, Candyland, Sativa, Haze, and Exhale, and those are just your regular shimmers, which I just love them. I think I was a fairy in a past life. I tell my husband that all the time, and he just accepts the fact that, you know, there's gonna be glitter everywhere till the end of time. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Back on subject here, back on topic. Let's do this. All right. So, and please forgive me. Some of these, I don't know what their specific number is on the product that we're using. Some of it is just kind of, hey, that's the brush that'll work for me. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to use, and this isn't necessarily what it's for, but I like to use this for my whole eye when I'm starting off with my color, just because it covers more of the surface area with the least amount of product. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my Relax color, because that'll be the perfect transition color for the look for today. Tap a little bit of that off, and then let's go ahead and go. We're just gonna go at it. Okay, so the next color we're gonna go ahead and go into is gonna be decisions. I don't know what I want to do, because I know I said I want to do blue. Then what? We can go dark. Let's go dark. How about we go dark? We're gonna go dark. So the next thing I'm gonna whip out, and I actually got this at Ulta Beauty. I don't usually shop there, but somebody talked me into doing that. Not because there's anything wrong with makeup, because obviously I love makeup, but I get so overwhelmed. There's so many pretty choices. I'd rather do it online. I'd rather just shop online. I also, you know, have less risk of buying products I don't need or have never heard of just because I want to try it because it looks fun. Like, I don't do that if I shop online. I'll look at it, and if, you know, I can look at the reviews online, and I mean, if there's not a zillion reviews and I've never heard of it before, it's probably not going in my cart. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just to get the right base in on the corner, we're gonna go ahead and go in with a darker color. Now most of these colors on this palette, this is the it's another Revolution. It's I Love Revolution, and it's sugar coated. It's actually a little donut. It's super cute. I love it. But anyway, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do this with a smaller detail brush. We're gonna break out one of my Harry Potter wands. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this little guy, and I'm going to grab the black here, and I know that's black. You're gonna start off so dark. It's okay. It's okay. If we start off light, it's all about the blend work, and then it doesn't matter anyway. So let's go ahead, and I love it. It has a mirror on it. Most of my palettes, if you can't tell, I'm pretty particular. They have mirrors. I like my mirrors. Not that I have a cute little mirror here that does allow me to magnify in. Usually if I'm doing like my eyebrows or a super detailed thing, then I'll go ahead and use it and it's fine. But if I'm using this palette and it already has a mirror on it, it makes me so happy. Convenience. I'm all about convenience. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're just gonna go in ever so lightly and just kind of set the tone for the rest of the look. Now remember, I did put the tape here, so I'm really just gonna kind of go along where that tape stops as well and put everything here. I'm not gonna blend quite yet. We're just laying it down. I can blend in just a second, but I just kind of want to create that area to blend. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do this here, just ever so lightly. All right. Okay, we're gonna set this close because I am gonna come back to this guy. I'm gonna pick up my blending brush, the one that I used for my my first color here, and we're gonna go in and we're just gonna blend just lightly. Excuse me. Nobody really taught me. You know, I've never really seen on makeup tutorials, and maybe they do and I just don't pay attention. But I've never really seen anybody, you know, they're like, oh, blend lightly. Well, I'm heavy-handed. I don't know what that means. Well, grab the brush. If you're not an artist and you don't paint or anything like that, grab the brush as far down as you can, but still have a grip on it. And then just as lightly as you can, just hardly push on the skin and just let it kind of go. And just let it just blend. Just blend, blend, blend. And I'm telling you what, a lot of the looks that I do, the hardest part about it used to be my blending. Because I didn't understand why I was doing it wrong. Or half the product moves. Or I lose it. Like, where does it even go? Well, it's either on your brush or on your eye. And it will cause issues later. But as soon as I figured out what they meant, when they said just hold it ever so lightly to blend. Just okay, well I can do it lightly, but if you hold it up here and you do it lightly, like you don't get the flow, you know? You're holding it like you hold a pencil, and so then you kind of shade it. Well, you gotta just let the brush do the work for you. Let the brush do the work. Alright, so we've almost blended this out as much as I want to. And I did not blend down here too much or up here too much because I'm gonna add more to it. Because it looks nice, but I want it to pop. And then eventually what's gonna happen is that this color is gonna set the tone for up here. But I'm gonna go in with another color and blend that out. And it will probably be my either be the Relax, or it's going to be my Charms color for my Harry Potter palette. So give me just a second. I'm gonna go through and do this, and then do the other eye real quick, and we'll be right back. Boop.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy.
All right, so I know this looks a little scary. It seems like, what are you doing, Amanda? This is a little dark. What's going on? But that's okay, because it's not gonna stay this dark. It will lighten up, like you should. I'm just kidding, I'm so sorry. Hold on now. Let's get to my magic. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this little guy away. Well, we'll put him aside. He will be used again towards the later end of the blending process, just to help touch up the dark. But let's go ahead and grab this little guy. So this little guy is my eye blender brush from Mary Kay. It's great, I love it. So let's go ahead and, where'd that little guy go? Here he is. Let's go ahead and grab this little guy. So this is my LA Color highlighter. I do use the highlighter for a multiple amount of uses, just because it, although it is a highlighter, it also is nice on my skin tone, because I'm a pale person. It is pale. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go in here and lighten up just under the brow, just ever so lightly. And the reason I use this is because it is a blending brush, but it has a very it's a very slim tip here, and so you can see how it's kind of starting to, and I just take a little bit, just a little bit, just little touches here, just to kind of get it on my brush without making it super pigmented. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay. And just while I'm doing that, I'm also going to blend out. Now you can see here that it's super high up, but remember there's tape there. That's why I have it there. So you see how easy that just moves? Because it's just tape. Just tape. As soon as I take my tape off, that stuff's gonna be gone too. So let's go ahead and finish this And you can see it has already started to kind of lighten up the inside even, which is what I want. Essentially the corners will still be the way that they are. They're going to continue to be kind of dark. It is going to lighten up a little bit, but that's what I want. Little trick, if you highlight the inner corner of your eye, or if you do a halo look, which we might do that on Friday, that is one of my favorite looks. But either way, it brightens up your eyes. And if you have long oval eyes like I do that just go for days, well, sometimes I want my eyes to look smaller than they are. So this look, really, it's not for everybody. I know it's not for everybody. That's okay. You can always do this look in another color. So if you're feeling pink, you can do like a pink to a white, or the same with like a purple, or if you want to go more grays or browns even. You don't have to extend the dark as far as I did. But in my case, for the look that I'm going for today, that was more just kind of winging it, seeing how I feel, this is okay. The only person that's going to see me is my husband, and he really doesn't care how I look with makeup on. So makeup is for me, not for him. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead. I've taken up a lot of your guys' time. I appreciate you. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. But yeah, so let me go ahead, and I'm just gonna blast through, and I'm just gonna finish my eyes real quick. And then as I change color, I'll go ahead and I'll show you the different colors that I use. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, so for this look, I did decide I am gonna go in and just kind of not so much do a cut crease. I guess it's kind of a, you know what, let's just do a cut crease. Let's just do it and see what happens.
We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
All right, so I did do my cut crease just a little bit, and now I'm gonna go ahead and re-blend out where I blended out the top the first time, just to kind of give it that pop. So as you can see, it looks a little weird. I did keep the top of it kind of dark right here. It is supposed to look like that, because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buff it and blend it so it comes down with just what is on my brush and what is on my eye. And where the crease is, it's going to keep that popping. And so let me go ahead and do the other side real quick. And we're just gonna blend it down. And like you saw, I did not grab any new product at all or put it on the brush. This product is all what is already on my eye, and I'm just buffing and blending it out without adding more product to the mix. We don't need more. There's plenty there. There's plenty. I'll put a blend in here, and a re-blend here where we did the cut crease at the very end. Still not adding any product. No product has been added. That's all just what was already there. Okay, so now we've got the black here and the black here. And remember, we were going to go for kind of a blue look. So what I'm going to do with this blue look is we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of kind of a goldish right next to the black. And this is called Huff. It is from the Makeup Revolution palette. And I'm just going to kind of plop him right here. And once he's in there, we're going to blend him out. And this is just to kind of help with the transition process from the black to the blue. So we're not doing anything special. We just kind of dabbed him on. And then let's go ahead and buff him out real quick. Just blend it ever so lightly. And I used the wrong brush. We're going to go ahead and use this little guy. And this is a different brush than the one we used on the black. This is the brush we used up top. So let's go ahead and just to kind of, it's to lighten up that black right there. Just like I said, we were gonna lighten it up and then give it that opportunity to transition to the blue. And oh, silver and blue. No, this is gold and blue. And I promise it looks better than it sounds. It will be a good look. It will be a good look for sure. So let's go ahead and grab the blue. And for the blue, I'm actually gonna go into my Profession Beauty wallet. It needs some love, it needs some clean, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm actually gonna grab this little guy here. I could not tell you what his name is, but I'm gonna grab this little guy right here. He kind of looks like the guy from Candyland a little bit. Kind of, they're very, very, very similar in color. The difference is that this is more green and this is more blue. That is the only difference. So they even have the same shimmer product. It's all the same. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab this little guy, and I'm actually gonna grab the detail brush, which I have cleaned off, that had the black on it. And we're gonna go ahead and grab this little guy. And he is the one that does kind of shed a lot. He sheds a little bit, but if you tap, there's still quite a bit of color on there. So not a lot, but if I don't do that, then it won't be fun on my face. And he actually does not have a mirror. So I'm gonna grab my mirror. Let me do this and I'll be right back.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away.
All right, so I do have the blue down. It is very, very glam. But let's go ahead and buff it out a little bit, just kind of mellow the colors. And I am gonna blend the black and the brown kind of up and into right below where I did the transition above. Just ever so slightly, just to give it that nice transition look so that you can barely see any lines. And we will buff up here just a little bit. All right, let me do this side. And like I said, we're just blending, we're just buffing this color to give it that nice seamless transition, working it up and working it over. Awesome. All right, now the last thing I'm gonna do real quick on these eyes is I'm gonna go ahead and take this color one more time, and I'm actually gonna take a different color. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab in my little donut here in the colors, I'm gonna grab this little shimmery color right here. And it's just like a very translucent white. There's almost not even any color to it, but it will help the blending on the top part here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of put it up there. Awesome. Okay, let's do the other eye. Alright. Oh, you see my sleeping puppy. He's my little weenie. Oh, both of my puppies are right there. Yeah, my little babies. They like to cheer me on. You can see how well they're cheering though. Such great cheerleaders. But yeah, so like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and pop this color up here. Awesome. Not too shabby. Alright, we are not done yet with the eyes, but we are going to move on to the rest of the face. So let's go ahead and take this off first. Oh, it's my favorite. Look at that line. And really, things people don't tell you about how awesome it is to do the tape is depending on where you place it. Depending on where you place it, you can use it for the under the eye. Oh, I did get a little straggler, so I'm gonna do this first.
I compile each one there to make you smile on a ring.
Nice. So the other thing I am gonna do with that same color here, the translucent color, is I'm gonna go ahead and buff out the harsh line right here and right here, just to kind of make it not so harsh. Now, usually I don't go past my eyebrow, but we're just having fun today. Yeah. All right. It's not perfect. It's okay. Who's perfect? I'm not perfect. Are you perfect? If you're perfect, then by all means, please perfect it. But nobody's perfect, so I think we're okay. I really like that. I like the transition though. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and, because I've not done anything I said I was gonna do today, that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and just go through real quick the different products that I use to do my foundation and all that fun stuff. And then yeah, we'll come back at the end for the grand reveal and see how it goes. I will probably also do my hair between now and then, but no promises. We'll see. But yeah, in the meantime, go ahead and have fun. If you want to grab up your makeup and go through while I'm going through it, don't feel bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go through this real quick with you guys, and then we'll call it good. So the first thing that I do, just like with my eyes, I do my primer for my face, my Mary Kay primer. Then I have my Timeless foundation. I did not go through this earlier, but this is my infallible L'Oreal Paris concealer. And I do also have somewhere around here my CoverGirl Can't Stop, Won't Stop, somewhere. But I don't know where that is right now, so we're not gonna find it. But yeah, so that is also something that I do wear sometimes. And then once we get all done with that, we'll come back and yeah, so once we get all done with that, we'll go ahead and come back and I'll do my eyeliner and I'll do my mascara. So I will see you soon.
They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. See, I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we desire.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to even say my contour stuff. So my contour, I did use, you saw me use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Coverage. I do use that most of the time. Sometimes I use my Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I think that's what it's called. I love that stuff. I love it. But sometimes I do use my CoverGirl, just depending on how much coverage I want. For this case, because this isn't the only video I'm doing, I'm also doing stuff for the business side of things, which I completely forgot to even talk about. So when I do my mascara, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll talk about that. But anyway, so because I'm going to be in front of the camera all day and because I'm going to be in front of the harsh light, I did want that full coverage. But if I'm just going for like the quick look, then I'll probably just do the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Not that it's not, not that it's not better or anything like that. I think it's much better. Just that this is such a thick formula that if I'm moving around or if I need to wet my face for some reason, I know that stuff's on there. And it's not necessarily the good thing, but it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. But yeah, so let me go ahead and let me go ahead and finish up my contouring real quick, and then while I'm going over my eyeliner and my mascara, I'll get back to you guys on my business stuff.
Dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I wanna bring you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think the world.
Alright, so it's not perfect by any means, and I'm not quite done yet, but I wanted to kind of show you where I'm at. I did some contouring here, in here that you saw. I do outline right here just because I have a bigger face, and I like that distinction. And so it kind of just creates like a shadow right here, gives the illusion that I have a jaw. I mean, I have a jaw, but you know. But anyway, and then I always boop my nose, and I always boop my Cupid's bow real quick. It did go up a little bit, that's all right. But yeah, so I always do those. And then let me go ahead and do the eyeliner and the mascara, which really is my favorite part. Really is my favorite part. This week, I will also be trying the magnetic eyelashes, which I'm super pumped about. I've heard many good things about them, and I cannot for the life of me put on false eyelashes. I've never been able to do it. The few times that I tried it, I wouldn't have even gone out in public looking like that. So yeah, so hopefully they'll be everything that I'm hoping they are. I am very particular about my eyeliner. I don't like an eyeliner that can smudge and smear, but I also don't want one that's not easy to put on. And so I actually use, for the most part, it's called Evit. I bought it online. I don't remember where I bought it. I can definitely get the details if anybody wants it. It's one of the eyeliner stamp pens. So the one side has the stamp. You just stamp it and it does a thing. I've used the stamp a couple times. It's not my favorite. It's fun if you're trying to create like a little look, you know. You want to put a little star on your face. You can make a little star with them. So I've done that before, but I don't use it otherwise. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about them, I've been using them for, oh wow, like 2.5 years now, is that when they get to a certain point with how old they are and how many times you've removed the lid, the protective like plastic piece of the lid on the inside gets stuck to the outside, and then you have to pry it off, and that's not fun. So I don't know. I mean, it's literally the only downfall of this eyeliner, so I don't care. I keep buying it because if that's the only downside to your eyeliner, don't stop using it. If the only downside is that the lid doesn't come off sometimes, and I can always get it off. I always get the lid off. It just takes me a couple seconds sometimes. So this is one of the cases where I do use my compact, because like I said, it does have the multiple mirror, the dual mirror, so I can do, you know, the regular focus, or if I want to do the zoom focus. Because I'm, you know, doing my eyeliner and my mascara, I definitely want to do this one with a mirror. So we're gonna do that real quick. Before we do, I noticed that I just want to touch this up real quick. All right. I'm gonna use my finger for this. It's okay. My hands are clean. They've only been in makeup. I just want to make the inside pop a little bit. Just a little bit. There. I'm not hating this color. These colors here, I don't hate them. I definitely need to blend the bottom over here. You're not always gonna get your eye color perfectly blended. It's not gonna always be exactly how you imagined it was gonna be, but that's okay. If everything turned out the way you hoped it would, there's the fun. I'm just kidding. I mean, I try to be super organized, so chaos is not always my friend. I like chaos when I pick chaos. When I want to play with chaos, I'll go out there. Don't come to me, chaos. Stay where you are. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and, for this look in particular, I'm not gonna do anything super crazy. There's already kind of a dark look with the shading that I did, so I don't wanna overdo it too much, but I want myself to be able to tell that I'm wearing eyeliner. So yeah, just a little flick there, and then we got it. The inside here, I will go back in with an eyeliner pencil, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye, and we'll be right back. So I got both eyes done, and as you saw, I'm pretty particular about, you know, how far down I go, and, you know, just going so slow, because if you rush it, if you go too fast, just fix this little guy right here. There we go. Because yeah, if you go too fast, then you just build them up and build them up and build them up and build them up, and it is so hard to fix that when you've built it up too much. So real quick, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Cool. Okay. The rest of me looks really pale, but it won't look that way once everything's done. And then the other thing I'll do is once I'm finished with this look, I'll get dressed, do my hair, and then, turn the ring light down to something that's not professional color, professional photography, and then, we'll see how it would normally look if I took this outside. All right. So with my eyes, with my eyelashes, I go ahead and I pull out my eyelash primer. Everything gets primed. You fill in the pores, you set it up so that it's it's already in business. It's already on the right track. If you don't do some of this stuff, it's not going to ruin your look. If you're fancy pants and you don't like that, your eyeshadow creases every once in a while, then yeah, you're probably going to want the primers for them. But they're not required by any means. They do protect your skin. They do help you not dry out or get too oily depending on what kind of skin you have, which is nice. But other than that, if you have like a moisturizer that you've already used and now you're wanting to use foundation, you don't want to put on the face primer, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not like it provides like a super ultra protective layer that prevents anything bad from happening. And it also doesn't completely prevent creases. It doesn't completely prevent you from looking, your best. Like you just want my money. Which, for the sake of the process, I'll go through. I don't always prime my eyelashes. And to be honest, like I said, I don't wear fake eyelashes, so they don't really need to be primed. They don't need to be in any certain position, and this guy wouldn't listen to you even if you tried. This eyebrow, these eyelashes, minds of their own. They don't listen to anybody. So even if I primed them, it probably wouldn't matter. But we're gonna do it anyway. If nothing else, just for the sake of the people out there that would get mad at me if I didn't do it. I'm talking to you, Mom. I love you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do, oh, you know what? I am horrible. I did not do the eyeliner on the bottom or the color on the bottom. It's okay. We just did primer. It's not going to hurt anything if we do it. The mascara puts your eyelashes back where they belong. So for this little guy, I do go in with the same brush that I used when I did my eyebrows. And this little guy is for the defined line, I guess is the easiest way to put it. And then I have a bigger one that is another wand brush. And he is what I use to blend and buff under the eye, just because you got that the straight little line there. I know what I'm getting myself into. Some of them, like the detailed brush, I do have this teeny tiny little detail brush that I do like. It's an eye detail brush, but he's more for like if I want to do like a shimmer under the eye, or something that I want to just make it pop, then I'll use this little guy. Or even in the little corner here, maybe I will use that. I'll use him for the little corner here. But in the meantime, I'm going to pop out this little guy. And because we did kind of this down here, I'm going to take a color that I have not used yet. It's back in the Revolution palette. I'm going to take the color called Sativa, and it's like a purpley color. It's really nice. It's a very good under eye color, and it also goes very well with most looks that you do, because it's like a brownish purple, so it goes good with like a browner colors. It goes good with any color you're doing on more of like the pale side. if you're doing purples, pinks, stuff like that. It works with everything. It pairs well with blue, pairs well with purple, you know, other shades of purple, the greens, like this green, this purple, and this green I wear a lot together. I'll do kind of a similar look like this, but I'll do the outside more of like a purple and then fade into like a rose gold. And then the inside where this is that blue green, it would be the green blue, which gets confusing. They're almost the same. They look like the same color, but they're not quite. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in here with this sativa real quick, and I'm gonna go in with the small eye brush. With this is an eye detail brush, I believe. I'm sorry, this actually is a brow definer brush. Well, I used it for its purpose, but we're gonna use it for another purpose now because I'm all about repurposing things, recycle, reuse. So let's go ahead and do this little guy. And I'm just ever so slightly, and I have already kind of blended a little bit when I buffed this out. I did go under here, but just a little bit. I didn't I didn't want anything too big, too bold. I just wanted to kind of define it a little bit. So let's do this here. And as I'm looking directly head on, I'm going to make it so that this goes to the end of where my eye would be if I'm looking at you straight on. So if I look at you straight on, you see here, right here, that's where this stops. And the reason for that is to open my eye up a little bit, because remember we tried to make it smaller because I have long oval eyes. They're super long, my eyes go for days. So I already kind of stopped it here. We want to continue opening that eye up down here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm slowly just building it up. There's not a lot on my brush. Just building it up, building it up. All right, now let's go ahead and do the other eye. I'm going to go ahead and do that quick. All right, so I got that done, and now I'm gonna go back to my, excuse me, goodness. We're gonna go back to the Profusion palette, and I'm going to, with the little detail brush that I said I would use, I'll use this little guy today. I'm gonna go ahead, and this is somebody I have not brought out to the party yet. He's usually the last one to the party, usually, but he stays the longest. So this is my face setting spray, and it is by Mario Badescu. I don't know, anybody that's better than me at pronouncing French name, I don't know, but he's a genius. I love him. The brand itself was established in 1967, and if anybody orders on Amazon, there's actually 3 or 4 fragrances of this guy. This one is the aloe and rose water. Oh, I love it. Lots of my stuff that I have, I didn't break out everything yet at this party. I will at the next one, but this one, she is my hard candy. I love my hard candy stuff. I have lots of hard candy stuff. My lip color is also hard candy. We'll play with him in a little bit. But I love rosehip. I love rosehip. Anything that smells like roses, I love it. And you know, if it's all natural stuff and you can put it in beauty products, and I can put that on my face and it lasts all day, I'm so happy, because then all day long I get to smell that. It's my favorite. I love it. But yeah. But yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna grab that. I use this guy because he is a setting spray. It actually says on here that you can use it for hydration before you apply moisturizer. You can apply it throughout the day to refresh your skin. It also is you can apply it before bed. I'm sorry. I read it and then I forgot it. But yeah, you can apply it so many times. I usually just use this for makeup. So if I'm doing my makeup, it acts kind of like a hairspray for your face. And it's all natural stuff. It's aloe, herbs, and rose water. For this particular one, I know there's a lavender one, there's a cucumber melon, I think, and then a regular non-scented one. Anyway, so I use this after all of my makeup's done. It's just a setting spray on your face, and after you apply everything, and then I just go ham on it. So I'll show you that. But I also use this to wet my brush because it does dry and it kind of adheres. So whereas if I spray it with water, which sometimes I will do depending on what it is, it more just gets the brush wet, but it doesn't necessarily make like the chunky glitter stick, which is what I want. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna spray this little guy. Just spritz, spritz. It smells like rose water. It smells so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this little guy, and then I'm gonna go back into this one and take the green, and we're just gonna take a little bit of him, just enough to coat my brush ever so lightly. But the reason we do this is because it is going to be far more pigmented wet underneath my eye, and that's what I want. I want it to act like kind of like a highlighter under my eye and just kind of open it up. It's getting there. Little by little. All right, so you can kind of see it a little bit, not too much, which is kind of what I wanted. I just wanted it to be barely there, enough that it creates that accented look, to just kind of open my eyes, just kind of pop them open. So, and like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to do it when you want to pop them open. But the reason I did it like this is because just like if you're drawing anything up to the, like you look here on your face up to this point. So if I do that, then my face opens up here. It opens up and it elongates it to a point. It doesn't make it too long because my eyes are already long. We are long eyes. But it creates that illusion that my eyes are a different shape than they're supposed to, than they are actually. It creates that illusion they're not as long as they are, and it just all around makes it easier and makes it better. So yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna do this here, and let's put on our mascara. We're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. Thanks for hanging with me. All right. So while we're doing this, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about my business stuff. So I was having a conversation with my husband about what we would want done with our bodies if something would ever happen to us. Morbid, I know, I get it, but it's 2020. who fucking knows? I'm sorry. It's 2020. Who knows? Anyway, so we were discussing what would happen, what we would want done. And it's definitely something we've talked about in the past, but I reiterated back to him, just like I have every time, that I don't want to be buried in the ground. Don't bury me in the ground. If you're out there in this world and you're seeing this video and you know me in or around during the time that I am no longer with the world, but they're still figuring what to do with my body, do not put me in that fucking ground. I'm sorry. Do not put me in that ground. Do not put me in the ground. I don't want to be in the ground. Do something beautiful with my body. Make me into something beautiful. I did decide exactly what I wanted done, which my husband is aware of, so hopefully he'll make sure it gets done, or whoever is in charge of that when it gets to that point. But yeah, so because of that, it got me thinking about other people in the world and options that they may have or may not have. And you know, with COVID and everything, it's hard to tell who's gonna be with us still. And you know what I did not do? I did not put on any blush, and nobody said anything. Not my dogs, nobody. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab, so I use my Harry Potter palette for way more than just eyeshadow stuff. So this is the same one that I use broomsticks for my eyebrows. And always, without fail, even if I use the pencil, I still go in first with broomsticks just to define it before I outline it, and you know, just kind of see what's going on. Also, when I am trimming or plucking my eyebrows to structure them, I go through it with broomsticks and outline it first or shade it in so that I see what I want to keep, and then everything else goes. If it's not in the shape, it doesn't stay. So yeah, little tips and tricks for you. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take this color here that is called Sorcerer, and this color I use for a lot of really different things, but it is by far my favorite cheek color. So I just kind of pop it on. A little goes a long way. You don't really need too much of it. It really, just enough to kind of bring your cheek forward a little bit, and then I buff and blend. Now with other colors, that's not how I do this process, but because of how dark it is, see, like you can see how dark it is, and that's fine. Oh, see the wrinkles. I'm almost not in my 20s anymore. It makes me sad. But yeah, anyway, so you can see, and now when I look at you straight on, you can see just this little pop of color right here, which is exactly what I want. I just want the little pop. But the other thing that this does, which really makes me very happy, is that it's shimmery. And I love the shimmer colors, if you can't tell, because I'm a ball of shimmer right now. But I really love the shimmer colors. And Sorcerer, not only is it you know, a good blush color, but it acts as kind of like not a highlighter, like a low lighter. And so sometimes if I'm feeling super feisty, or if I'm going to, like, I don't know, do my makeup for Halloween, or, you know, something that I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing, my colors pop, my face pops, it's very, you know, I will use this as a contour, and then I'll just buff it out. I buff it out, man. So I'll do that first, and then it acts kind of also like a highlighter underneath. So even if I add like a matte color to it, the matte blends with the shimmer in the Sorcerer, and creates the illusion that I'm already wearing a highlighter, and I don't need to put a highlighter on over the top of it. Because if you build up too many colors, then you get this look that is like cakey almost, and I don't like that look. I don't like that look at all. But yeah, so that's it for that. And the final thing we're gonna do is lips. But before we do that, I'm gonna finish up my story. So anyway, I decided I wanted to make beautiful things out of ashes, and kind of just make life and beautiful, or just kind of like make beauty out of death, because death is such a morbid time for most people. I mean, even in the cultures that you celebrate death, it's still sad you lost your loved one. You still, you're still feeling those feelings. So that's something that I want to help ease the process of. So to ease the process, and maybe this is just more for myself, I don't really, whatever works. I've decided to get into the business of making forget-me-not products out of pictures, ashes. You went to a concert and you have the ticket stub, or a movie and you have the ticket stub, or just anything that meant a lot to you and meant a lot to that person, that you want to immortalize forever. And I will take those products, I will take whatever you send, and I will turn it into whatever you want. And if you're not sure, then, I may get some ideas, bounce some ideas off of you, and then just kind of run with it and see what happens. I would never do anything without anybody's permission. So obviously whatever I did do, you would have to okay it, if I just ran with it. Otherwise, you'd pick. And then I'm not just going to do forget-me-not stuff. I'm going to do lots of stuff. I made this necklace. This is one of the first products I made. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's multicolor. There's a heart in there. It's a gear. Very steampunk. I love it. And yeah, the other thing is, on my remote here, is another example, just a keychain here. It's just a puzzle piece, and just epoxy. I mean, it's not super duper fancy, but it is a passion of mine to leave something that will last. And I know that I'm not the only one in the world that has that desire, that has that passion. So, anything I can do to help kind of make sure you feel good about how you leave things. I definitely want to be something beautiful, something that will last, longer than just, I don't want my ashes to be moved from one person's house to another person's house. Don't, watch me blow away in the wind for me to be sucked into the, air return of somebody's house. Or I don't know how that stuff works, but I don't want to do that. And that's not what and don't put me underground. Don't bury me. Don't put me underground. Don't do any of that, because I also do not want that. So, but yeah, that's just a little highlight of my business stuff. I'll have, different products and stuff done here soon, and examples for my website that I can show everybody. And I'm really looking forward to everybody seeing my style and just, helping me on my journey. I'm not a professional by any means. I don't know if I've said this already, but I'm definitely not. And it's just an adventure I'm on, and it makes me very happy that other people get to go on that adventure with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lips real quick, and I think this look is just about done. So I'll see you in just a moment.
For the world we're gonna make,
right, so this is the finished look. I did not go over my stuff with you. My bad, I'm so sorry. So this is called Hard Candy Syrup Kiss, and it is a lip stain. Decadent is the color, number 1764. But it is my favorite thing. The only complaint that I have about it is that it is matte, and there's nothing wrong with a matte color. Some people prefer to have a matte color over just about anything else, and that's totally cool. It's all about your preference. I don't like the matte colors. I want like a little gloss in my life. So once this dries, and it has, I just double checked again, and it is dry now. I'll show you. So see, oh yeah, you can kind of see there's no color that rubbed off there. Let me find a paler. See color? No color. That's not color. That's dry skin. Don't mind me. Nothing. And it's still on. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a touch of lip gloss. There we go. Just enough to shiny up that matte, because I'm all about the shiny. All about the shiny. All right. So give me just a second and we'll be right back. And that's the finished look. Nothing too crazy, nothing too spectacular. It started off dark, but like I said, it wasn't gonna stay dark. It wasn't a dark look. But those colors, man. Maybe it's just the hair. The hair just gives me more colors to play with than my natural red hair does. And this is gonna be going bye-bye here soon. I'm gonna miss the blonde so much. I love the blonde. I love it. But I think I'm gonna go dark. I'm gonna go dark, and I'm gonna be dark for a little while. It'll be exciting. Yay. All right, well, thank you very much for taking the time to hang out with me today. I apologize, it was such a long adventure. This is the first video I ever did. So if you have lasted this far, or if you scrolled to the end and got to this far, yay, thank you. But yeah, so join me again next time, or keep an eye out for my products. They're gonna go up for sale here very, very soon. I will also be taking orders in, so I'll get some stuff up on my Etsy page, and hopefully by the time I put up my second video this week, I'll have all that stuff figured out, so I'll put everything in the links below. Hopefully also this will be on YouTube, Facebook, I'll have stuff on my Instagram, and I'll have an Etsy page, so multiple places to look for me. Maybe even I'll finally get a Twitter account. I hear that's the thing to do. Oh, I'm so old. Just kidding. But yeah, so have a wonderful day. Everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.